Okay, this is a book review. Here is the book. It's called Brain Allergies by Dr. William Philpott. And basically, I thought the book was stupid and I thought it was poorly written. So the question is, well, why am I showing it to you? The reason is, even though the book I think stinks and they did a poor job of it, there's a great idea behind this book, Brain Allergies. The author is like a psychiatrist, and what he said was a lot of patients' mental illness, in his opinion, is due to abnormal reactions to different types of foods or toxins in food, and sometimes due to air pollution, and even like the toxic smells of some chemicals or personal care products. So what's the point of it all? The point is they would do a testing. They first of all do a fasting of 4 to 7 days. Usually 4 days was enough. And he said he had mental patients that were like schizophrenic or had other mental disorders, and they would come back to normal after 4 to 5 days of fasting. And then you could follow that with provocative testing to see if they would re-respond, so you could figure out what it was that caused them to have these abnormal responses. Sometimes he says it would take as long as 7 days for the symptoms to resolve, but an amazingly high number of patients had a resolution of symptoms, according to this psychiatrist. Like I said, the book was a little crazy. I thought the way it was written was not that intelligent, and it was kind of confused and muddled, but he's not the only one who's talking about this. The guy who wrote the foreword for this is, Linus Pauling. And some people say Linus Pauling, he won 3 Nobel Prizes and he was a genius with chemistry, way back in the 1950s, but that he became kind of crazy and he over-promoted vitamin C. But I don't really know what the truth is about vitamin C, because I had read several books saying how great it was, and I actually think it probably is better than it gets credit for, but that, Big Pharma had to discredit vitamin C because there's no money in it. And so I don't know the truth, but I had read actually tons and tons of papers and case reports saying vitamin C curing all kinds of things. So I think that if somebody actually used it correctly, there probably is some real benefit to it. But anyways, so despite all the stupid problems with this book, there's still something great about it. The idea that mental illness in some cases is due to some type of food reaction or pollution reaction, and that if you fast the patient in a controlled, safe environment, their symptoms might resolve, and then you can follow that with provocative testing to try to confirm what it was that caused their symptoms. And that certainly sounds a lot better than me than saying, a person's schizophrenic, just sedate them with a bunch of antipsychotics like Haldol and just let them rot the rest of their life in a mental institution. This at least gives patients a chance. And he talked about schizophrenic patients. He talked about autistic patients and other patients. So I thought it was great just for that, even though, like I said, I wouldn't recommend the book. And other people have written about this. People were talking about these sort of things like Doris Rapp. I showed you that one Phil Donahue video of hers, and people like that other lady, Barbara Stitt, the Food and Mood. I did a book report of that. I'm about to read another book on Doris Rapp. I'll let you know if that turns out interesting. So anyways, this idea that psychiatric illness can sometimes be due to a food reaction, a toxin pollution reaction, and that you can fast them in a controlled environment, resolve it, and then provocatively test. That's actually fascinating, because the standard method in this psychiatry world is just drug the crap out of them and forget about them.